Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Samyak. Let's start the video. So today I've got something new for you, and it's called the loop in Java loop. Yes. So it is called loop in Java. So how can you just use a loop in Java? Now, what's a loop? The basic thing is, what's a loop? So if I'm going to ask you, I'm asking you that you will to print you my name or anything, whatever you want, 3 times. Now what you will do first thing? So first thing you will do is to import the class loop, and then we are going to write our public static void main, and then we are going to move downward, and then we are going to write public static void main, and then we are going to write, if I am asking you to print it 3 times, then you will write, basically much of you will write system.out.println, and then you will just print it 3 times. Now that's one way how you can just print it 3 times, my name. Now I will copy it like this and then paste it again, and then close the brackets, and it's over. Now this thing will print my name 3 times. Okay, now this thing is printing my name 3 times. Now what if I ask you to print my name 100 times? What will you do? The question arises here. What if I ask you to print my name 3 times? So for that, we are just going to erase all this. Here we are going to use loop. There are 3 types of loop: for loop, while loop, and do while loop. Now basically for loop and while loop are entry control loop, and do while loop is exit control loop. Now I'm going to tell you how can you just create a loop. Okay, how can you create a basic loop using for, so that you can print whatever you want or whatever type of thing you want to do number of times. Now there are different type of loop, and that will be funny for you to see. Now first of all, let's initialize the value of I. Int I is equal to n for anything the user inputs, or 1. Now we are taking 1. We have initialized the value of I to be 1. Then we will write a for. In its case sensitive language Java is, therefore since Java is a case sensitive language, we will write for in small letters, and there will be no semicolon after for. There will be semicolon after for if it is an empty null loop. I will tell you about it later on. So first of all, for, then 2 brackets, then we are going to write I, then a semicolon after I inside the bracket. Then we are going to write value of I less than 20. That means if I want to print anything 20 times, I have to write I less than 20 or I less than equal to 20, like this. Then another semicolon, and then we are going to write it I plus plus. Now I plus plus will increase the value of I by 1. Here you can also write I plus 1, or you can also write plus 1 plus plus I, and you can also write I plus is equal to 1. You can also write I is equal to I plus 1, but I am going to write I plus plus only. There are many options you can write it, but I am using I plus plus only. Now then we are going to write here system dot out dot println, and then my name as it is Samyak, and then we are going to compiling it. We will compile it. There is a problem in initialization int, or we can just do it like this, compile it. One bracket is left, sorry, I just erased it right now. Just compile it. Now I've compiled it. There is no syntax error, you can see at the bottom. And then we are going to run it. We are just void main. Now you can count it here. My name is printed 20 times. So that's how a loop basically works. So what's this thing? You can now I'm going to teach you about this thing. Now here you can initialize like this, int I is equal to 1, and this semicolon and this semicolon represents the same thing. You can put here semicolon and then all the loop increment, updation and all that thing, and just write it here semicolon. And you can, or else what you can do is to erase this thing from here, and you can write it here also, int I is equal to 1. Okay, that you can do basically that also, but you can also initialize it up, int I is equal to 1, write it here by putting a semicolon. The value will be same as it is. Now what I'm going to tell you is infinite loop. Now this type of loop runs to the infinity. That means this loop never stops. Now how can you just print an infinite loop? Now to print infinite loop, just here like this, I greater than 1, I greater than 2, or I greater than 0, whatever, but I will be always greater. Now this thing is called initialization, this thing is called boolean factor, and this thing is called increment. I plus plus, I plus 2, all these things are called updation, increment, or whatever you want to say it. Now I greater than 0. This means that till the time the value of I will be greater than 1, the value of I will increase by 1. Okay, till the time the value of I will be greater than 1, the I will increase by 1. Oh, I said wrong. Oh yes, till the time value of I will be greater than 0, then the value of I will increase by 1. This is the meaning. Sometimes it's happened that I also say wrong, but not always. So this is an example of infinite loop. Let me run it for you. Control plus semicolon left, control plus K. Now compiled, then we are going to run it. Now basically see what will happen. Void main. See here, you can see at the bottom of the terminal, you can see that Samyak is being printed million of times, and will never stop printing my name here. Okay, now this is basically the thing. Now in some of the IDE, if you will run this program, this thing will happen. The terminal window will not close. So what to do to close a terminal window? So in BlueJ, basically you can do Control, Shift and R, or you can just go here, this red thing moving at the left hand side bottom, you can see this red thing moving, and on right click on that particular red thing moving, you will see Reset Java Virtual Machine option. You can just click it, and then the Java machine will be reset. See, my name is printed a million of times. Okay, So that's how a loop works. This is called infinite loop. Now I can also just try to print I here and then just compile it and just void main. Then what will happen if I void main to the thing that that will happen is to, oh sorry for the voice, somebody ran the YouTube video of any gamer, I think. Now this is how the infinite loop runs, and it's running. It will move to infinity. Now let me just stop it by clicking reset Java virtual machine, and this loop will now stop. You can see. So this loop stopped in 1,31,26,384. Now this is where it stopped, and this is the thing which I am telling you. Now let me pause the video to just close this. Now that's how the infinite loop works. Now I'm going to tell you about while loop. Okay, so while loop is something like this thing. While, you need to write while, then you need to write the boolean factor here. For example, I less than 20, and then you need to first of all initialize the value here. Int I is equal to 1, and just close it. Then a block is needed to be created. I told you about a block in one of my videos. Then you have to write system.out.println, and then here you have to write I without double quotes I, and then at last you have to write increment value. Now this is how while loop works. Sorry, the brackets. Yeah, one more bracket. Yeah, and this is how while loop works. Now this will do the same thing as we were doing in the for loop, but the statement is different. So you can see it will print something like this. And then if you want to run to infinity, just change the settings something like this, I greater than 2, and here it's 0, and just run it. Class compiled, no syntax error, void main, and this will run to infinity. Just to close this infinite loop, reset Java virtual machine, this infinite loop will be closed out, and then that's all for looping part in Java. Now this IDE in which I am working with is called BlueJ. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel, and to tell you, there is sub for sub available in this video also. Thanks for watching.